You can see here the St. Andrews, Dusit, Green Valley, Sathorn, and Sukhumvit 107 schools. There are 4 schools that are part of the Cognita group. And their introduction is as such. The 4 St. Andrews International Schools in Thailand, which comprise St. Andrews, Dusit, Sathorn, Sukhumvit 107, and Green Valley, are proud to be a part of the global Cognita group and belong to a wider global community of schools providing a first-class balanced English national curriculum for your child, with a commitment to high standards and student well-being, whilst drawing on the expertise of over 90 schools worldwide to continually grow and improve. They offer small, close-knit community schools where each child is encouraged to reach their full potential. St. Andrews, Dusit, and Sathorn offer early years and primary education for children aged 2 to 11 years in prime central areas across Bangkok. St. Andrews 107 is located near Bering BTS station and offers the English national curriculum from early years through 6th form. The school is fully inclusive, offering individual pathways for senior students ranging from the IB Diploma Program, IB Careers Program, or a more vocational-based learning journey with the BTech program. St. Andrews Green Valley is located outside of Bangkok, situated on the eastern seaboard, conveniently located between Pattaya and Rayong in a beautiful natural green environment. The school offers the best of international learning by integrating the British curriculum with the inquiry-based IB PYP program and culminating in the IGCSE and the IB Diploma program in the senior years. Together, they steep into 30 years of educating children through personalized learning for a successful future. And so, without further ado, I'm going to bring up, oh, look at that. We may have just had our guests join us, so maybe we can have our conversation with them first. While I'm actually, because their video is about 2 minutes long, so I'm going to show their video first, and then while they're still connecting and making sure that they have that connection correct. So let me just pull up. We'll do their video presentation first, and then we'll have the interview with our guests. I see that our guests are now with us from the back there, so in the backstage here. So I'm going to bring them on to the stage with me. Let's see how we're going to do this. We may have the opportunity. All right, great. We all fit. Fantastic.
Hello.
Hello. How are you guys today? And I have the absolute wrong overlay. There we go. I apologize for that.
Lovely. Thank you.
That is. So I have Mr. Dan and Miss Hetal with me today right now from St. Andrews. It's good to see you both. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your morning. I think it's still morning, isn't it?
It is. Thank you for having us, Stephen.
Absolutely. So I want to offer you the opportunity that we've had with our other guests in terms of the sort of explaining what is it for you when if I'm a new parent or I'm a parent who's considering one of the 4 schools that are in your group of schools. What does it mean to you? Like what is coming to St. Andrews? What does it mean to you? Why would I choose St. Andrews in your words?
Well, I would say the first thing for our St. Andrews Schools group is that we are a small community school, and two of our campuses, that is Dusit and Sathorn. We have about 400 children per campus. That is the intake that we would have. We take children throughout the year, and we have about 40 plus nationalities in each campus. So why a family would choose us would depend on the proximity to the campuses that we have. For Sathorn, I can say for sure that our families love walking to school with children. Children ride their scooters to school, children can cycle to school. So we are like your local community school. Whilst parents can live around here and work in the same place and drop their children off without having to go through the Bangkok traffic, and you get the best of education. That is the same that we provide for Dusit, that is the same that we provide for 107, and that is also the same that we provide for Green Valley. That we are a school that makes families comfortable, makes families feel a part of the education of their child. So whenever we have events, let me go back to the morning. A family that walks into our door does not just drop a child to the school gate. The family is more than welcome to come into school, walk their child to the classroom, enjoy the drop-off time, communicate with other families, talk and make friends. So the question which you had with another school where what is it that the school can offer for parents? We're not just offering extra lessons, extra classes. We're not offering just workshops for families to understand what their children are learning, but we're also offering a space where if you're coming from a different country, your child is adjusting, you're also adjusting, and we're there to help you through the entire transition. Coming to transitions, I think when our children from early years are moving into primary, and from primary moving into secondary, throughout the number of years that they're here, every stage has a different impact. So our teachers are here to help the children and the parents smoothly transition from early years into primary, from primary into secondary. And even after they have chosen their pathways in universities after secondary, we're still there to help see them through because we have our counselors that have been here for so many years and they know the children, they work with the children. So in that way, I think how we see a child growing with us is right from the beginning, from the morning that they enter the school up until the day that they leave us. So through and through, we're here to help the child grow. Fantastic. We're here to help the family, fit in. Yeah.
Love it. Wonderful. We have a question from Facebook that we were actually waiting to ask you because it's directed directly at your schools. And the question was if a family wanted to change locations from like Sathorn to Bang Na or let's say Dusit to Green Valley, those kinds of things, is that something that's available to them within the school? It's a special process, or do they have to reapply kind of as a new family?
It's a seamless transition.
Yeah. So I'll explain this one. Our campuses, we have 2 that are primary campuses. So our graduates would go to mainly S107, which is near Bering Bang Na. The transfer will be seamless because they will not have to pay extra entrance fee. And we have provided also like buses going to the school back and forth for free as well. So basically, it's just the same school, but sister schools, we call it. It's the same curriculum, the same management. Everything is like really similar. So that's why I think we have a lot of graduates from year 6 in Sathorn and Dusit as well. Going to S107, it's higher every year, the number of students, because they feel like, okay, the location is a bit different, but the curriculum and the schools are the same. So they feel safe and trusted applying for these schools. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Also, to add to what Dan has just shared, I think important for parents would also be that there isn't any additional application fees that you need to pay. There isn't a new enrollment fee that you need to pay. Because we're sister campuses, it's a seamless transition from Dusit Sathorn to 107 or Green Valley, or even the other way around. Like we might have primary children from our secondary campuses that will want to come and join Dusit or Sathorn. It works both ways. The other extension that I would want to share is we are a part of a big schools group that is Cognita, and families with us usually move around. So they have a contract, or they'll be working here for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 7 years, and then they would like to move to another country basis their job. If we have a Cognita school in that country, we would be helping our families, suggesting them if they would like to go and visit our Cognita school there. We would then get in touch with our admissions team at the other Cognita school and help the transition. So we are about 90 schools right now worldwide. So we would share the list with their families, and we would tell them that, okay, we can get you in touch. And it's entirely up to them whether they would like to go to a Cognita school or not. But from experience, from feedback that I've got from families, the ones that have moved to our Cognita school are thriving.
Wow, that's actually a really huge advantage that you've been able to put on the table there that other schools so far we haven't heard. Maybe there's some other groups that offer that same kind of opportunity, but you've really nailed on the head there. And I know as a mobile expatriate family, where it's as you said, if you have a couple of year contract or maybe 5 years and you have to move for the needs of a parent, then that's actually that could be a real advantage. Thanks. There's another question that just came in. That just said, if my son has a learning problem, can the Dusit school support them?
Yes, for Dusit schools and all the 4 schools, we have a process where we call it trial day, of course, when we invite the students after the school tour. We invite them to sit in the whole day to assess, for the class teacher to assess if they have any learning support needs that are needed. So we have like a formal assessment, and then we can check the availability of the teaching requirement as well, capabilities. So we do have a lot of children with special needs, and then we assess them, and then we can offer you a seat depending on how the assessment is by the class teacher and also the learning support coordinator as well.
Fantastic. What about, so take me to kind of that thank you for the thought around special needs. What about for in secondary schools and I guess primary and secondary schools, are there specific counselors to support children into like higher education pathways? So through not only through the secondary system, but then into the university system.
Yes, so our 107 campus and the Green Valley campus are the ones where we have secondary children. Dusit and Sathorn, we're only primary. So at 107 and Green Valley, we have counselors in school. They spend time with the children, understanding what they like to do, what they don't like to do, understanding where their passion lies, understanding what would be good for them depending on what their grades are. And basis that, they would then help them choose the universities and go ahead with that. So our counselor at 107 has been there for, I think, about 4 to 5 years now. And they are going to definitely be in the future. We have certain things in plan already for children's counseling to be improved, connecting with universities worldwide as well. So that is something that we have in plan. But yes, as soon as it does formalize, we shall be sharing.
Awesome. Fantastic. Another question is, because you have the 4 campuses, at least in Thailand, and then, you're connected to the other Cognita schools as well, how do you keep sort of standards flowing through while you still have you have very different environments that the students are kind of experiencing? Like, how does could you speak to how you have like a unique experience on each campus, but then you still have the same standards in terms of educational excellence?
Yes, that's right. Go ahead.
Okay, so in terms of having their own identity, all the 4 schools have basically their own kind of style and flair. There's
The
kind
vibe,
of
man. It's the vibe.
yeah, the vibe is different. The curriculum is adapted depending on since I would say Dusit and Sathorn were smaller schools, so we have to utilize every inch of the school that we have for a lesson, become a learning opportunity for us. Sometimes I think the bigger schools may not have that opportunity. Green Valley is more of a green school, like a forest school, so they're adaptive to their environment, which is like forest, plants, space. So their curriculum is heavily related on that. So we kind of adapt the curriculum accordingly, but in the framework, we're still under the St. Andrews brand. All the heads meet together to discuss the synchronicity between the schools. All the teachers have meetings together with the 4 campuses to align and to get to know each other, as well as we sometimes go abroad to other Cognita schools and see their campuses and see how they're doing their curriculums as well. So there's kind of like a glue to the Cognita brand and the 4 St. Andrews schools as well.
Yes.
Fantastic. Did you have something you wanted to add as well?
Yes, to highlight from what Dan shared, we have a CopCon Day, which is basically a day where all the teachers from our campuses come together, not only in Thailand, but across Asia, to share things that they are experts in. Like, say, for example, if we had a safeguarding lead who is an expert in not just safeguarding as an umbrella, but there could be certain few other streams within safeguarding that they're really, really good at. And they would like to share that with other Cognita schools. So, the plan is then made such that, okay, there would be safeguarding training or, some share about that, or it would be something about curriculum, or it could be something about well-being, or it could be something about, let's say, making our parents feel more welcome, things like that. So there is a continuous development that is in plan, is in the system for our staff, and that you would see, the parents would see when they come into school, that we're having, our teachers are abreast with the information, with the knowledge that is out there. Even, for example, like AI, I can say, we have an EdTech lead in school who we're gonna be having a conversation with them on the 18th at Sathon, where he's going to be promoting about how we are integrating technology into the child's learning and how is that beneficial. So things like that, I think is a huge benefit of being a part of a bigger group. So everyone is learning, everyone is growing, everyone is adapting, and our children are growing with us as well.
Also, the children are also intermingling in events like sport competitions together, residentials to other provinces and stuff. So the children are also mixing at the 4 campuses.
Yes.
I love that. Mr. Dan and Ms. Hetal, thank you so much for taking time out of your day today to join us for this interview and for this event right now. We really appreciate it. It's been wonderful to have you for the past several years. We really always love having your participation. But I'm going to move on now to the 3 promotions that you have, and then we're going to move on to our next school. So thank you very much.
Thank
Thank you.
So as promised, The Cognita group, the St. Andrews Cognita group, have 3 different promotions out before we move on to our next school. The first one that you have on your screen right now is the Dusit Play Group. So if you are interested in joining that or learning more about it, please scan that QR code that's on your screen right now. I'm going to leave it up there for about 30 seconds so that you can take some time to do that real quick. And you can see it's on Wednesdays, 4th, 11th, 18th, and 25th of March, and on Fridays through March as well. And so I'm sure that happens in April as well. The second promotion for the Cognita group is the play groups. And so you can see here on your screen right now, again, there's another QR code that you can play groups at Sathorn. So there's another QR code here that you could scan if you want to come join their play groups in Sathorn. And it looks like it's every Friday that they started back in January, and it will continue on through the rest of the school year and probably through the summer as well. So just give you a few more seconds to scan that QR code. And the final promotion is the 107 open house. And you can see that that's going to be on the 28th of March from 9 to 11:30 a.m. And there's also a free playgroup trial there as well that you can see as well. So again, if you'd like to come to that open house, you just saw Dan and Hetal right there. You can reach out to them, and I'm sure that they will be able to give you that information, or just write to us over at BKK Kids, and we will connect you with the folks over at St. Andrews.